Right guys, we had a lot of people in the comments of the last video we made on this Vena shaker table granulation machine, asking questions about how the actual granulation works and what you have to clean and how does it separate the cable from the plastic, all those kinds of things. So I thought today I would give you a look inside the machine. I'm just doing a bit of routine cleaning on it, and what you have to do is remove this table. You just actually have to open this piece up and it'll let you get your screen out. Now I believe in a minute we'll see that the back side of this screen has a heap of dust stuck to it. So you've got these brackets here that kind of hold the table down. See them? So they're at the front and at the back. We just want to see if we can get that out. So what I'll do is I'll just put the camera down for a second, grab hold of it with two hands, see if I can slide it out. Okay, I got it to move. I just had to use a second hand for a moment there. So let's just slip the whole screen out. And there you go. See all that dust stuck to the back of the screen? That is drastically affecting your separation efficiency. You lose a bunch of separation efficiency with that there. And you want to blow that off regularly with the air compressor. This is the inside of that, which kind of just gives you a look at the way it distributes the air. I'm going to turn the air down. We'll just flick that on real quickly. Yeah, that's messy. So what we'll do is we'll turn on the extractor in the back there, and then we'll give that a blowout so that all that goes up and into the extractor gets taken away. Suction source there. Everything's failing on me here. Light's going flat. Comes from down there. So just with that quick little blow, we've actually got all of that out of there. We really need to get this off the back of the screen. You're going to want to go screen side down. Take your time and really blast all that fuel off. So what I found to be the case both times is you get like a bunch of fluff build up. Probably actually get most of it built up at this front side. So this is the copper side. And when you drag it out of the machine, you kind of pull it back, and that's why I had that tire fell off at the back down there. Fan and run it full. So the airspeed down there. You've got to remember that this is in probably a suboptimal environment. In my shed, I've got a dirt floor in this shed. There's mess everywhere, you know, that kind of thing. It's not ideal, obviously, but this shed's only here to working until I can afford to build a really big shed, so something to keep in mind. Shut these up. Get rid of all that noise. Right, so get in there and have a bit of a visual inspection with your flat torch. And you can see it's nice and clean in there. I always blow these curtains off in there. They're often covered in dirt and stuff. But when you start to find you're kind of getting this kind of mess in your granules, that's what you've got to do. You've just got to get in there and give it a good clean. So, aside from that little bit, you remember it's already been forced into the screen like that and shaken in place, so sometimes you've got to make sure you get it from the side that it was heading towards, otherwise it's not going to go. If you've only got a very small air storage, that will take you a while. Okay, we just slide it back in. I'll show you the reverse of the process. We can kind of just wedge the sides of the screen deck up as we slide in, push it all the way back till it's home. The stainless mesh has just moved a bit there. Get it all the way back till it's home, get it as central as you can, kind of try and make it even on each side. And then we need to crank these 4 bolts. There's 2 at the front, there's 1 there at the back, 1 there at the back. You crank them down and they actually hold onto this plate, which I'll do now. The front ones you can get with a ratchet. They're 1/2-inch bolts. I'm not sure why, just the way they make them. It's too fine for the ratchet. Oh no. You know when your ratchet's too coarse to start moving. It's annoying. So the one at the back you have to get from the one on that side at the back you have to get with a ring spanner. I could not get to it with the ratchet. Nope, can't sneak that down with my fingers. So normally there's a screen on the front and back here. I don't tend to keep the front one on. I should have them both on because it'll catch more of the dust. But I really like to see what's happening on the screens to try and prevent problems as they're starting to occur, rather than not seeing what's happening. I normally actually run a light in my granulator just so I can see something like this, or I've got a Milwaukee one as well. Okay, you want them a little bit on the tight side. You're going to squeeze that bit of timber, but it's okay, it's a good little bit of hardwood. I'm going to squeeze his body, and then we'll put the face back on. Okay, so this is the output chute. Just lives on the front here, like so. Okay, just like that, you've had a clean out. You should get pretty clean. Oh yeah, tons of airflow coming through there. Feel, make sure there's none coming around the gaps on the outside. A little bit come through that table for that air separation to work best. Normally go back down to about 34 on the meter. That's what I find is the best for the cable anomaly process. Just like that, you're back together. I'll just do those 2 back screws up off camera, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps anyone with one of these Vena machines. Keeping the dust collected is important. I use an external Carbotech style dust extractor. That's what a lot of people use for their woodworking projects. The bag is fine enough to catch all the dust. It's got about a 1 horsepower motor, only pulls like 500 odd watts when it's running. It's not a huge noise addition to the system. I have that PVC pipe up there to catch some of the dust that blows out of the suction out of the input chamber. I will be putting a suction in there in the future. I'm going to start doing more data cable soon, so we'll probably want that suction when we start doing that finer cable. So now I'm just going to go through and run some of this back through the machine. I'll show you what happens when it's shaken and the dust is coming out properly. So it's time to fire up the blower and the shaker table. As you see, shakes along nicely. Current settings 34 and 27 respectively. You can see we've got some insulation left over in our chips. I put the chips in the second half, about central on the table, kind of similar to where they fall out of the chute. Watch them shake it to the left hand side of the screen, and then they'll work their way up the screen as they do. So when you're reprocessing, you don't need to run the mill, you don't need to run it back through the machine. You just need to throw them on the screen like so. Fill the back of the table up first, and we'll start pushing forwards. Because we're only doing stuff that's slightly contaminated, we probably get the shake speed right up. See it move. And we're dancing over to this left hand side. I was managing to get earlier. You don't have to stand here and catch it like this. I've actually sold some of these granules on eBay. If you'd like to buy some, I can link it to my eBay store. Just called one up the sleeve customs, or look for granules for sale in Australia. People are using these to melt and make all kinds of goodies. So we like to make them as clean as we possibly can. The stuff that goes to the scrapyard I don't make as nice. Doesn't quite have to be as perfect for them, because they have their own processes and making it good. So we've actually improved the airflow onto the shaker table so much that we can back the airspeed down. I've just dropped down to 32.9. Start to see it coming forwards. 31 even. So the way an air sorting table works is all on balancing act. You've just got to balance the style of product you've got. You see some finer hairy wires in there. They are a lot more difficult to process as they bind up on the table. Once you find that sweet spot, just do it like this. Just use the multi-bucket method like I do. And away you go. Make some more videos on this beast in the new year. Thanks for watching all year. Happy New Year. I'll catch you on the next ones. See you in 2024.